Rachel Holt for NESN.com at Gillette Stadium alongside Zach Cox. After the Patriots got off to a slow start, they now improved to 3-2, and for the second game in a row, they've scored 38 points. So this offense looks good, but can it get better?
I think it can, and I think the players in the locker room also believe it can, because from talking to players after this game, yes, they scored 38 points for the second consecutive game, but for the third quarter, their offense looked kind of like a mess. And Tom Brady had 2 interceptions that bounced directly off of his receiver's hands. They couldn't really move the ball all that well. They didn't score any points in that quarter. And just looking at the complement of weapons that this team has, it's night and day from what we saw in Week 1 and Week 2, especially getting Julian Edelman back, kind of integrating Josh Gordon into this system. You still have Rob Gronkowski. You still have James White, who's having a fantastic season so far. Sony Michel is really coming into his own now. So there are so many weapons to this offense, not to mention the guy throwing all them the football, Tom Brady, that I still think it has room to grow, which has to be pretty scary for other teams around the league, considering this team just put up 38 points 2 weeks in a row.
If you had to pick just one player, maybe with the highest ceiling this season, who would it be?
I might say Josh Gordon. I mean, obviously Rob Gronkowski is always in there. He's always a threat to be an all-pro, the best tight end in the league. But with what I've seen from Josh Gordon in these 2 games, he hasn't really taken over a game yet, which you kind of expect because he is kind of integrating himself into this system. But he had a very solid game in his debut last week. He caught a 34-yard touchdown, a Randy Moss-esque touchdown in the end zone in this game. I just think if he can keep his head on straight, if he can stay anywhere, even as productive as he was last season, never mind even going back to 2013 when he was an All-Pro, he can be the Patriots' #1 receiver this season. And then you have Julian Edelman coming in there too, who had a pretty solid return tonight. Like I said before, this is an incredibly dangerous offense, and I think the sky's the limit for these guys right now.
Another win for the Patriots. They get some well-deserved rest before they take on the Chiefs the following Sunday. So make sure you keep it on NESN.com for all your Patriots news.